This is my ex-girlfriend, by the way. Huge bow, boom. So this was I took this video, it was after a long day at the podcast studio. My expectation is like she has to hit a bow like when I come home, when she greets me. She's got my dinner ready. It was a long, stressful podcast day. Scampering, she's got to scamper, be quick, opens the beer for me. That's very nice of her. I had to scold her about the tomato bowl there. That's gross that she just... Tomatoes, just... not prepared. Play it again. And then just the bow, boom, huge bow. You see that? Look at the bow, look at the depth. I had to get her on with the program because at first it was like only a 10% bow, but then finally we got her to about like 40%.
Damn, you're really gonna love when the Tesla robots come out. Are you gonna put one of those heads on the top of one?
Haha, that was a good one. Good job, good joke. It is interesting, like the sex robot conversation, like that'll be interesting. But,
and they'll build your houses for you too.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. So I guess going around the table, would you bow for your man? Starting with you, go ahead.
I bow for my man every day.
Into the mic. Into the mic, go ahead.
Sorry, I bow for my man every day.
What about you?
Yes.
Cool, what about you?
Yes.
Okay. Would you bow for your guy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right. I wasn't expecting that. Would you bow for your man?
Maybe.
That sounds like a no, but okay.
As maybe a joke, but not in all seriousness.
No,
I'd probably take that alien probe in my ass before I do it seriously.
You'd take a alien probe in your ass? Okay. All right. What about you? No? Wouldn't bow?
No.
Wouldn't bow? Okay. And you're maybe?
Changing it to no.
Changing it to no?
Yeah.
You're changing it to no after you heard some of the other women say no?
I had a second to think about it.
Yeah,
so
why? Why won't you bow for your man?
Is he going to bow for me as well?
Nope.
Oh, then no.
Well, hold on. So, like, going back to the whole, like, who should pay on the first date thing, what if you were like, oh, men should pay? Well, are you going to pay for him?
Sometimes I'm saying on the first date, if a man asks me out, if a man is asking me to go out with him, I do expect you to pay. If I asked a man
Have you asked a guy out ever?
No.
Oh, okay. That's
but
interesting.
I could.
Oh, so
maybe I will.
Yeah, but like it totally, this whole like whoever asks should pay, it kind of ignores the fact that you guys don't ask men out on dates. So yeah, I get it.
Some women do.
Yeah, some women do. But like if the reality is,
you're saying most women?
Yeah, okay. Most women aren't asking men out on dates. Even if a woman has one time I ask men out, it's like, okay, have you asked out more men than have asked you out? They'll still say, oh no, men like overwhelmingly are the ones asking me for first dates. So like it kind of conveniently ignores the fact that like it's kind of a very convenient standard for you to have, because you don't ask out men. You can be in the privileged position of being the one that gets asked out. I would be willing to grant that this would be a fair position to have, whoever asked should pay, if men and women asked each other out at equal rates. But it's not.
Do you pay on the first date?
Do I pay on the first date? Now I do, just because it's like the most optimum, like if you're not gonna like this answer, but if you're like looking at dating like a chessboard, like it is the most optimum move to make.
So it's not because like you think you should, it's because it's like you think that's like, it's not because you think it's right, it's because you think you're supposed to, and like that will get the best results.
I mean, I've also like started dating women who I think are like a bit higher quality. Like when I was younger, I used to be on dating apps and stuff, and like if you're meeting, there's some like hidden gems out there, I guess, but if you're meeting a girl off a dating app, like there's a good chance she's like romantically or sexually involved with another man. And so like this type of woman is certainly not deserving of like, if she's fucking another guy, like, yeah, I don't think as a guy, she deserves for you to pay for her on a date. And plenty of women have like a sneaky link, fuck buddy, all the while they're like dating other people, like trying to go on dates, trying to find like the guy who will actually commit to her. Yeah, not real fair proposition for me to pay for you on a date if you're fucking another dude. Even if your like romantic interests are divided, if you're a girl and you're dating other men, yeah, I don't think that's a fair proposition that I pay for a date. But as a guy, if you want to maximize your outcomes when it comes to dating, yeah, you should probably pay for the first date. But I've also like elevated the type of women I date, so yeah, I do pay for dates.
Okay.
Yeah. Long-winded fucking
I guess can I have a question of advice then?
Sure.
Okay, so when I'll be ready to date, when I'm
obviously in my time when I'm confident enough to, again. I guess now, even for us, for me, it's kind of hard to know where to go or how to meet someone without being online, because I think it has taken over a lot and kind of almost had us depend for our sort of social habits now. We'll be like, not really confident enough to come up to someone and talk to them in person because of that social anxiety. And so then I guess you're more confident behind a screen, right? But if you do want to find someone in person and not on an app, and you don't know if they'd be on an app or not. So how did you find someone that was of high quality that wasn't on an app, and where do you just go to? Where do you go, and do you go to like a cafe and
goes
like
to
come up to them?
And he finds a God-fearing woman. And
I'm just curious, as we are a more.
Brian knew the answer.
I'm just curious,
Brian knew the answer, then he would package that answer and sell it for millions of dollars, and every man on planet Earth would buy it. Nobody has any idea.
I guess I'm just curious, as we are a lonelier generation now. I guess.
I want to get right back to the actual conversation that was occurring, instead of like, just FYI guys, we're going to be here for very long if we kind of like get into these like derailments every time. But where do I go? Where do women go?
What do you recommend then? If someone's ready to date and they don't want to go on Tinder.
Are you in college?
Yes.
You're kind of in like, there's really no better time.
I guess meet someone there, right?
Yeah, you could kind of like linger around after class a little bit. At least from the girl's perspective, a guy can't do this, but you can I guess a guy could do too, but he would have to take the proactive role of approaching. You can kind of linger a bit. You can linger around campus a bit. There's certain like activities that you could become part of.
Clubs.
I think dating apps are like pretty dog shit.
Clubs at
there's some like, you can find good people on dating apps, but like you have to kind of like shift through quite a few people.
So do you think it would be kind of normal if you were, I guess, because I don't think it's as common anymore as someone will just approach someone and say, hey, I think you're really attractive, are you, whatever. So do you think it's normal to just, I guess, befriend someone first? Maybe if you're in the same major, or if you're whatever, just to be friends first and then go forward with seeing if you're interested in each other?
I don't believe in the starting off with friend shit.
I guess how would it work?
My personal take on this, whether you're a man or a woman, like there need to be romantic undertones from the get-go. Like I don't believe in this like let's be friends for 3 months bullshit.
So then who would
where do you find high value women? Because that's probably where I am anyways, so I'll just be there.
Where do you find high value women?
I think that's what her question was, is where are you finding the high value women?
My question with that is, okay, then if you're saying if you recommend me doing that at school, who should approach who then? Because I guess if as a socially anxious, more like society, as we're all on our phones, I'll look and everyone is on their phone too, including me. So
well, like there's the gendered answer, and then there's also like the person who goes for what they want answer. So regardless of your fucking gender, like if there's something that you want in your life, you fucking go for it. So like all this bullshit about, the guy should approach, like, so
you don't think it's awkward if a girl approaches a guy?
No, in fact, your success rate as the girl approaching is going to be orders of magnitude higher than if a guy is trying to approach the woman.
I guess it takes being, I've been like rejected a few times when I've come up to people, but I guess it just doesn't, and that's made me insecure in a way to like not come up as well. But I guess if you're saying,
so I would say though, generally speaking, like as a woman, your success rate is going to be like way higher if you are approaching men. In addition to this, even if you do get rejected, typically men are going to be way more kind of accommodating. They're going to be way more polite. Like women are pretty ruthless typically when it comes to rejection. Like sometimes women can be kind of diplomatic when it comes to rejection, but other times, even if you do it in like a super polite way, they can still like...
And
doesn't always look good.
When I've been rejected, it was awkward, but you know what? That's okay. Like you move on.
Do you want some like just
just a personal,
honesty?
Brutal honesty?
You sure?
About
Well, I mean, look, okay,
I'm not talking about me right now. I'm not
you-
good enough right now to be walked up to and everything like that. But when I do look the part and I'm that way,
Yeah,
then,
I mean, like, look, the reality is you seem like a really pleasant girl. I'm sure like a lot of guys, I mean, I don't know you that well, but you seem kind of pleasant and all that sort of stuff. But I mean, when it comes to like, I think when it comes to you taking charge in terms of approaching men, like, I think guys are pretty, guys are kind of physical. So like, I mean, I think it would help, like, maybe, look, I need to lose a couple pounds too. I got dad bod right now. I got to lose like 30, 40 pounds. I think it would be helpful if you're going to take the initiative. Like, I'm going to get fucking, if I'm trying to approach girls, I'm a little chubby right now. I'm going to get scorched up. Same with you. Like,
Same
if you're
with
trying
me,
to
yeah.
like do cold approach, you got to like, we both got to lose a bit of weight. You know what I'm saying?
Of course, I completely agree with that. That's why I'm on that. I don't mean to waste as much time, but I'm saying that it may be uncommon to say this, but yeah, I mean, as someone that, you know, as fat and heavy as I am, it's
Hey, it's harder for, yeah.
it's actually about being
The
honest.
attention I
because
get from
am.
women has diminished ever since I gained some weight.
Of course.
It is what it is.
Of course. And I think
Women
it's
care
also
about
just
this
about
shit,
the
men
fact
care
that,
about
like,
this shit, man.
I'm not only am I not, like, I think attractive enough to come up to a man yet, but also I don't believe in myself yet. I think that because of how fat I am.
I'm telling you
and
though,
everything like, that.
like if you
So I
got
want to be able
fit,
to-
you would kill it.
No, of course.
You'd be
And so
killing
I
it.
think
You'd
it's
be-
about building.
You would be. You got
I
the
think
fit.
it's-
No, it's
yes,
not about that.
yes.
It's about how you feel about yourself. If you
Yeah.
feel like shit, then guys are gonna look at you like shit.
But also, if you
Oh
look
my
like
God.
shit and
I'm
you
trying
say
to
you're a
help her out.
10,
You guys are-
like,
then
I
you're
want to
not
interject.
even
I
your-
want to
You
interject.
guys are fucking.
She's just the way she is. Like,
That's not true.
I'm totally.
Bro, this is y'all be gassing each other
Well, no,
up.
I'm no.
But I don't believe any of it, and that's
No,
true.
you should totally
Of course,
lose the
being
weight,
in
and let me tell you why.
Lot confidence.
Let me tell you why. Lose the weight.
Bro, hold on. I'll tell you this. Like, a shy girl who's like within a healthy body fat percentage range is gonna, like, I don't care if she steps to a dude awkward and shy, she's gonna go a lot further than
Absolutely, and that's
a
the
big girl.
She doesn't
realistic.
have any confidence.
I didn't want to bring up.
Fine, then she just has to exist.
I didn't want to bring up
and then
any.
guys will approach her.
I didn't want to bring up any quarreling here. I don't want to be.
No, you're chill.
Look, I understand what I am, and I think it's ugly, and I don't. And also at the same time, because you're not. I don't. Being at this point in my life and looking and being this heavy, it's not just about how I look. It's about the fact that I am, like, it's just not a happy life being this heavy. You're out of breath when you walk up a set of stairs. You're not able to, like, I guess, run as much when you're on the treadmill and like stuff like that. When I'm walking with someone on a date, this has happened a lot where we're talking and I'll be out of breath, and it's quite embarrassing. So obviously, it's like I myself don't, when you're this way and you're not working as much to be better, you don't have self-belief. You don't have trust within yourself. At least I don't. So when I do have that, and when I do get to a healthy weight so that I can also do what I'm passionate about again, dance, do whatever, and that I have my priorities straight and everything, then I'd be confident enough to come up to a person. Even if I did get rejected, that'd be okay, but at least I have the self-belief and trust, and like also like I think it's about being body neutral. I don't think it's about being body positive. Being perfect just the way you are, I don't know. It's just not, it's just, I don't think it should be very encouraged, especially with how.
I respect the honesty.
Especially with being, look, I'm in the 200-pound range. That's obesity, and that's not healthy, and it's not right, especially from, just how I feel on a daily basis.
Yeah, and look, the only reason I brought it up, not to like, it was, you were asking me, okay,
no, of course,
the dating apps suck.
Right.
How do I meet men out in person? Oh, maybe I could approach them. I'm saying, like, in terms of like what you can do right now that you can have control over, the number one thing, like, in terms of maximizing your dating prospects, is not going to be like, currently you can do it. Like, I think you'll probably still get guys, because you got the Riz or whatever, but it would be to like, it's the number one thing I could maximize right now is myself losing weight. I think the number one thing would be like, hey, like, get fit,
focus on yourself, build a routine.
As someone
eat
who's
well.
lost 30 pounds, you feel so much better
You do.
when you do lose the weight. It has nothing to do about like how you feel.
You feel
like,
lighter.
you